Hey everybody, it's Dina Rico with the Creativity Cave. I'm so excited to be stamping with you today. I have what I think, of course, is a fantastic project because you know I never give you crappy projects, only fabulous ones, right? I really love this set. It is actually a Christmas set, but I think it is fantastic for all year round. It's called Wondrous Wreath, and of course there are coordinating framelits to cut out this gorgeous wreath and the bow and the flower and even this thing. And oh, and actually there's a couple words in here too, which are kind of fun. There's joy and Noel. Perfect. So I really do like the stamp set. So I thought it would be perfect for the color challenge that this actually goes with this week. And I really like how this turned out. I even did another version of it, which I did not like as much, but I will still share it with you. This one I stamped in the wreath, I stamped in crumb cake, and then the darker leaves are stamped in Tip Top Taupe. So kind of fun. But this is the card I really liked. So let me show you how I made this because it's really pretty. And I love the sentiment that I chose for this one because I think it's perfect, excuse me, for lots of different situations. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to start with my half sheet of crumb cake cardstock. And I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but I use crumb cake all the time. I love crumb cake because it's so neutral and I think it's perfect at making colors really pop out of your cards. Now, of course, all the details for this project will be on my blog. And if you need to order anything, because I know you're dying to order, I would so thoroughly appreciate your orders. They help me be able to give you more fantastic, fabulous, wonderful, entertaining videos just like this one. So I have, I folded my card. And then, oh, by the way, the link to my online store is in the description of this video, so check it out. Like, it's below here. And you can also go to my blog to see the dimensions, the supplies I've used. There's links, of course, to all that on my blog, as well as you can also see online classes because I've got a bunch of those. Okay, so I've folded my card. I'm going to go ahead and adhere a strip of printed paper. This is from the Neutrals Prince Stacks DSP, whatever that is. I can't remember the official terminology for this, but you know, it's where you get like prints of all the colors in the color family. Okay. So I'm going to adhere that strip on. This is just the crumb cake one. Then I have this piece of cardstock, and if you have one of these cool texturizing tools, or if you have a pair of scissors, which I used to, there was a time when I had scissors, you can take your scissors or your tool and just rough the edge up slightly. Now you want to be careful to not cut yourself. I can do it successfully. So if I can do it, that means you can do it. And then I'm just kind of scraping the edge. Ooh, not yourself, just the paper. My gosh, could I injure myself any further? I had a little burn incident, so I apologize that you're looking at this, but I feel it's best to keep it open to the air. Anyway, so I've got my edge roughed up, and I think it's just kind of a fun little touch, you know? But be careful with your scissors. There, I have warned you. Whenever my husband is working on projects, I'm always the safety supervisor. Now I'm going to adhere this to the back of this piece, but I want to not break my rule, and my rule is to stamp first, adhere second. So let's go ahead and do that. Now I've got my stamps, and you will see this stamp has this little thing right here. It is not giving you the finger. Sometimes that's what I think it looks like when I see the stamp. But instead, it is indicating which direction is up so that you can coordinate it with the second stamping. Okay, let me demonstrate for you. So first of all, here's my color palette, and I kind of love it. The top three colors were the colors for the challenge, and then of course I needed a color to create my wreath with. So I used Pear Pizzazz, which is a little lighter, and Old Olive, which is darker. So we'll take the lighter of the two, excuse me, and we're going to stamp the more solid wreath. Okay, so you can see I've got that inked up. And this is one of those stamps that I do recommend stamping on like a piece of the foam pad if you have it. Okay, my surface under here is kind of foam. It's actually foam core, so there's a bit of give in it, which is helpful. So look at how professionally I stamped that. I know, right? Okay. Then I'm going to stamp the detail leaves. And remember, my thingy was pointing up, my wreath, not my finger. Okay, and then we're going to have this one point up as well. So when I go to do this, now I might have to get my, we'll see. I usually see my camera is right in the middle of where I normally look. So let me get in here. I line up these two leaves and then this one and this one to make sure I have it oriented correctly. So I'm just kind of hovering over these and hopefully this will be okay. Sorry if my head was in the way that whole time. But a girl has got to get her stamp on and look at how perfect that is. Except, oh, I did that. Oh, that's so terrible. Dang it. I don't know if I've ever done that. All right. We'll try one more time. Okay, so I'm inking up the big wreath, stamping it down onto my panel of cardstock. Ah, I did it again! Seriously, hold on. Because it will bother me to no end, I'm going to cut another piece of paper really quick. 1 second. Here we go. Oh, my gosh, what is the deal? Okay, so here's where I would recommend cleaning that little tab so as to not ruin further papers. Now I can go back and fix those, by the way. I would add like the thing, and actually I'll show you that because there's nothing like showing you how to fix your mistakes. That is something I believe in. Okay, because I'm not really going to waste that paper. Okay, 3rd time's the charm, right? Shush. Okay, again, this is an old olive. Now look, if you look how I'm inking this up, this time I'm doing this off to the side so that the tab doesn't get ink on it. At least that is my intention. Okay, now let me get my head in the way so I can get this all lined up right. Okay, this should be good. Now it's perfect. Whew. Oh my goodness, the stress. It was a lot. I'm just kidding, it was not. Okay, so now I have stamped that just wonderfully. And then what I'm going to do is add my flowers. So what I'm going to do is stamp each one on a scrap of cardstock. You can see this, and of course I'm using again So Saffron, Peekaboo Peach, and Bermuda Bay. So I'll open this up and I'll just take one of these on here, stamp it down. Then I'm going to use the framelit that came in this stamp set and cut it out. Oh, but look, I've already done that step. So I've got my 3 flowers right here. And then, as you well know, my favorite thing to do with any flower is to make it kind of dimensional. So I'm going to pull my, remember that foam mat I was mentioning? I'm going to pull that out. Set my flowers on here. And then I'm also going to go ahead and take my tree builder punch and punch my favorite little flower out of here. So there's one in each. Oops, I didn't actually get it. Let me try that one more time. I'm going to punch this flower right there. Where'd it go? Oh my gosh. Seriously, who did this? How does this happen? Okay, well, I'll just punch one more. There we go. I wonder if it like fell in my punch somehow. Okay, anyway, sorry. You don't need me to go searching for my punch. It's probably somewhere. You guys probably could see it on camera and I can't. So if you're at home watching and laughing at me, that's okay. I can handle it. Okay. So I've got my 3 flowers. We'll get rid of the scraps here. I've got my 3 little flowers, and then I'm going to take my piercing tool and I'm going to pierce, or I'm going to take the back end of it and smoosh it like so for all of those. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is adhere the 2 of them together with a bit of bling on the inside. Of course, you know everything is way better with bling. So to do that, I'm going to get my glue dots out because there is nothing like glue dots for this little process. So I will place these right here. And if you want, of course, you can kind of position everything on your card before you commit to adhering it down. But there are my 3 flowers. And then I'm going to put my other little flowers right on top. And you can see they're kind of cupped because I smooshed them down into my little mat. Do you see that? They're nice and dimensional. I like the look of that. Okay. And then I will stick them in the center of each one, and then we'll add our bling. And then we'll foof it just a little, you know, to make sure that it's super cute. Because a dimensional flower is definitely a happy flower. I'm sure Bob Ross would agree. You know Bob Ross, the happy tree guy? Ah! I guarantee you he is a proponent of happy flowers. May he rest in peace. All right. And then last but not least, I'm going to add a little bow to this to finish it up. But first I gotta make sure everything is dimensionalized. Okay. So I think that looks fun. Now on here I did the organza ribbon on this one, and then this one I did the lace ribbon. I think you can kind of go either way. Maybe I'll do the organza ribbon on this card, and then you can decide which one is the best out of the 3 options. I think it could go either way. So I'll just tie a little bow. Oops. And then with this organza ribbon, it kind of depends. Like at the beginning of the roll of ribbon, sometimes it's a little stiffer for whatever reason. I'm not sure why that is. So you kind of got to mess with it just a little bit to get it to where you want it. And then of course I'll trim this down like so. And then I'll adhere this to our card. Well, when you can't find your glue dots, you just grab another pack of them, right? That's my theory anyway. I don't think I picked it up though. There we go. It's on there now. Okay, and I'll just kind of scooch this in under here a little bit like that. Okay, super cute. Now I'm going to take the sentiment, and the sentiment is from the stamp set Sending Thoughts. This is in the holiday catalog, or the occasions catalog, pardon me. And we just have to talk about this for a second. Because when I first saw this, I was like, you can't do this? Like, what is up with that? Like, what's with these words? And this was kind of right after I saw You're Pretty But Dumb. No, You're Still Pretty. We call my dog Pretty But Dumb. That's a line from Friends. Sorry. Because she is. But what you do is you take the X and you go over the apostrophe T, so it says you can do this, just in case you weren't sure what it was up with that. But I really like this because this is kind of a nice inspirational stamp set. So I'm going to send Hugs, Prayers, Love, or I'm going to stamp that on my card. And I think this is so perfect. This is great for somebody maybe who's going through a hard time. I actually know somebody who is going through radiation treatment for cancer. So why not send a sweet card like this to them? Okay, so there we go. Now remember that piece of cardstock that I kind of texturized with my scissors a little bit ago? Let's take and adhere that, and we will wrap up this card because it really is easy. So I put my adhesive on here, and I just want a little peak of my cardstock sticking out. I don't need a ton, maybe like 1/8 of an inch. That's it. Okay, got that on there. Then I will adhere this to my card, and I'm leaving just a peak of the crumb cake on the end as well. And then I can see my crumb cake card is like big. So, ooh, and I adhered it crooked. Sheesh. We'll put it on straight just because I like you guys and I want to send this to one of my customers. Okay. So then I'm going to just slice this a little bit off so it's nice and flush, just like my beautiful card here. So anyway, I hope you like that. Again, if you need to order, please go to my blog. Don't forget it's celebration time, which is awesome time. It means every time you spend $50, for each $50 you spend, you get something fabulous and free out of here, my favorite. So holler if you have any questions. Otherwise, thanks for joining me today, guys. Have a great day. Bye!